Hello, in this video we're going to learn how to write analysis for body paragraph number 2, answering the question, was the revolution more harmful or beneficial? So right now go to body paragraph 2, analysis, and let's begin to explain the quote, break it down, and tie it back. Quick check on the rubric. In order to get a 5, you need to really accurately explain the evidence and accurately explain how the evidence supports your claim. So how does this evidence support the claim? Let me read my evidence first. My evidence says the new Constitution states men are born and remain free and equal in rights. All citizens have the right to take part in government. And my claim that I'm trying to prove is that the French Revolution caused more benefit in the long run because it eventually brought equality and peace to the country by giving all citizens the right to take part in the government and the right to freedom of speech, which is down on the bottom. So I'm trying to prove, how did this quote improve France and brought more equality and peace by giving people the right to vote and the right to take part in government? Okay, so first thing to do is let me explain the quote, and I literally will just paraphrase the quote in my own words. And here's how I can do it. In this quote, the third estate, because I know that's who wrote this document, the third estate is demanding their rights and freedoms in their new constitution, by stating that all French citizens are born free and equal, so they should all be able to participate in the government. Okay, that's my paraphrasing of the quote. The next step is I have to break it down. How does a word from here or a phrase from here show that we got more equality, peace, and we're giving people the right to take part in government? Let me underline the most positive things here that show improvement. Remain free, equal in rights, right to take part in government. These are all things I underlined already to show that they all show how something in France improved, because you guys know before the king used to control everything. So the phrase I'm going to choose, let's see, out of these ones, I think the best one I like is right to take part in government, because it shows that people can all vote. So let me go ahead and start writing this down. The words that specifically show how citizens in France got more rights are: all citizens have the right, I can just copy it actually, right here. All citizens have the right to take part in government, period. Great. Now, let's go ahead and begin analyzing this quote. How does this quote show that things improved in France? Well, let's think about it. When people get the right to vote, what happens? Well, that would get them to be able to have a voice. And if they have a voice, that leads them to be able to vote on leaders and laws. And if you get to vote on leaders and laws, you're going to be able to get what you want. And if you get what you want, you are overall a happier citizen. And if we have happy citizens, overall the French people will be more peaceful and no violence, not violent. And if we have a more peaceful country, that could also help us improve our economy. People could have better jobs, and in the long run, so this is like a long run, the economy can improve, and overall the citizens have a more supportive government. So this shows to me how giving the people the right to vote can really improve the economy. So how can I put this in words? Let me quickly go ahead and add this into words now, if I were to put it in words. I can say, over here, when people have the right to vote, now I change the arrow to words, this leads them to be able to have a voice. When the French citizens get a voice, they will be able to vote on leaders and laws and get to what they desire or want. Overall, this would lead to having happier citizens and a more peaceful and not violent country. And equal too, peaceful, equal. Oh, we can write that somewhere else. Equal and not violent country. In the long run, France's economy could also improve if there are no wars and rebellions. The last thing I gotta do here, guys, is why was this change significant? What do we know about France before the revolution that made this such a big deal? How did it really improve and brought equality? What else do you know? So here I can write, this change is important or significant because before the revolution, what do you guys know about before the revolution? The King Louis XVI, and his wife had absolute power and did not let anybody vote or participate, especially not the third estate. But now, ordinary people in France can vote no matter how much money or power they have. This is a huge change. So last thing, how does this evidence prove that the revolution was beneficial? Well, we got to tie this back to our claim over here, which is that it brought more equality and peace to the country. So let's tie it together. This evidence proves my claim that the revolution in France brought more equality in the country because it shows how allowing people to take part in the government could lead to more peace and equality in France. Great, so now you guys can do the similar process. Oh, by the way, this was my claim, so let me go ahead and make that yellow. Great. So now you have a similar process. Go ahead and the first thing you're going to do is explain the quote in your own words, then break it down by choosing one word or 2, 3, 4 words from here that show positive or negative impact depending on what you're arguing. Explain it how it leads to a better society, and then tie it back always to your claim. If you need help, you can click on here to get some sentence starters to help you get started right on the bottom. Explain it, break it down, tie it back. All right, you have the rest of the period to work on this. Let me know if you have any more questions. Begin by explaining your quote. Take care.